Smartphones as we know them are going through a huge transformation. The race is on to get you the full edge-to-edge display without any notches or holes. The latest entry in that is the Asus Zenfone 6. I got my hands on it and I've got mixed feelings about this device. Because this rotating camera, it creates more problems than it actually solves. Let's check it out. Let us begin with the hardware design. That's where the attention is on this device. A typical glass on metal sandwich design, latest Snapdragon 855 processor, up to 8GB of RAM with up to 256GB of storage, which can be further expanded with an SD card, while you put two SIM cards in it at the same time. A humongous 5000 mAh battery and a headphone jack. The list is quite lengthy for the package it brings along, and it also has the stereo speakers for media consumption. Display is 6.4 inch of the LCD variety. It has been a while since I used a phone with the LCD display, because everything that you buy these days, from budget category to the flagships, pretty much everything ships with an AMOLED panel. The display on this thing is very sharp and projects everything very clearly. However, it is not stellar and suffers from typical issues of having an LCD panel, like color reproduction. For example, is not of any great quality on this display. But you can fix it as per your needs. You can tweak with the white balance and set the color temperatures of your liking. I also noticed some kind of light leaking at the bottom part of this display. Nothing major, but it's more like once you see it, you cannot unsee it. And because it has the LCD panel, it doesn't have any in-screen fingerprint scanner, because that tech is reserved for the AMOLED panels. But you know what? I actually like the fingerprint scanners at the back. Why? Because it's much more easier and it doesn't have the issues of in-screen fingerprint scanners, which have hit or miss kind of a delivery at times. In addition to that, you have the face unlock. The moment you try to face unlock, the star attraction of this device, the rotating camera, turns around to look at your face and unlocks the phone for you. This camera module is very unique and has a different approach than a pop-out camera. It holds a 48 megapixel sensor with 1.8 aperture and has 13 megapixel wide-angle lens as well. Now this is the best phone to take selfies. Why? Because the main camera rotates around to take your selfies. It can help you get the brilliant selfies with the 48 megapixel main sensor and also the wide-angle sensor that it has, which will capture more around you. This module also helps in taking panoramic shots without moving, as this mechanism will rotate at its own to get the full length of details in front of you, and also does motion tracking of its own. Picture quality is really good on Zenfone 6, and you will not see anything like this from a camera at this budget range. Pictures are crisp, sharpness is on point, dynamic range is nice, and colors look evenly saturated. I am pretty satisfied with the picture quality from its camera. And picture quality is not an issue with this phone. The problem is the rotating mechanism that it holds. Just try to hear this. This rotating mechanism is not very firmly fitted there when not in use. I do have my durability concerns with this module because it feels a bit flimsy and creates more problems than it actually tries to solve. The mechanism is wobbly, it's not secured firmly in its place and caused a terrible sound every time your phone vibrates. This reminded me of those cheap smartphones which vibrated so loud that you didn't need a ringtone on them. The second problem that this module brings along is the call quality. Because there is such thin space left here after putting this mechanism that Asus couldn't actually accommodate a well quality speaker in there. The sound quality that is produced from it is not balanced from the stereo setup it offers for media consumption, and in fact the call quality is somewhat compromised too. Otherwise, at the performance front, I couldn't complain, as this phone is running pretty much stock Android and is reminiscent of a Google's Pixel 9 in terms of software experience. Barring a few little tricks here and there, the software is completely stock Android and as smooth as you would expect from a flagship level phone. It runs everything nicely from day-to-day tasks to any performance-intensive games. All of this with a huge battery life that will easily run into a couple of days thanks to its 5000 mAh battery cell. It really is a great achievement for Asus for putting together such a nice offering at this price point. This device is very versatile and brings along so many interesting things at a very low starting price point of just around $500. And if you're in India, oh my god, the prices are even more attractive there. It has a huge battery, a headphone jack, pretty good cameras, 2 SIM cards usage with an SD card, but at the same time it lets you down by its display quality somewhat, average stereo speakers, and performs average on call quality too. and I personally could not handle the wobbly vibration sound it makes. So you see how I have mixed feelings with Asus's Zenfone 6. As much as I love it, it could not replace my current daily driver, that is OnePlus 7. I'm trying to put together a video where I'm going to compare these two phones. Do subscribe if you want to watch that video and tell me in the comments what do you want to watch next. Thank you for watching guys. Cheers.